Well, I'm gonna go pull my onions. This is what I do to dry them. They do need to be allowed to dry for a week or two. And so what I typically do is get an old rabbit cage or two, and it'd probably take two. I've got enough onions probably for two of these. Have to go get another one, but I just set it up on sawhorses, put a fan on it, and let the fan blow over it for a week or two, and dry them out. Then store them. We'll go out there and start grabbing onions. Let's pull some. So how do you know that an onion is ready to pull? A telltale sign is that they have fallen over. The top, when it falls over, typically, or if you let it go very long, it'll start making a seed head on top. But if they fall over like this, they pretty much gone. There's a good one. They're a little pan-shaped, a little pancakey, but that's softball size right there. It's nice. I wish they were rounder, but they're not. That's okay. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and pull them off. So anyway, but once if you don't plant them very deep, then it takes no effort whatsoever to pull that onion, and they're really nice. Leave the greens on them. Don't cut that green off, because a good way to store them is to tie them. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Tie them like that, where the bulk of the onion is not touching one another. So the next onion would go, up in here and so forth, and not touch each other. And you can put several of them in a stalk like that, or in a hanging formation like that, and they'll store pretty good. They do pretty well. So let me pull a few more, and I'll show you a few more, and then I'll show you them on the drying rack. Now I'm going to leave the dirt on them. I'm not going to brush that off. I might brush it off a little bit, but I'm not going to wash them off by any means. I want that dirt on them. You wash them off, you're just reintroducing moisture to the onion. You're trying to dry the onion out. So we're going to leave those just like that, put them on the drying rack. Got a bunch more to pull. Well, there they are. Mostly you're looking at the greens, of course. There's lots of onions under there. I'll pull them off here, put them on the drying rack, and understand that when they dry, these greens will get dry, will get pretty brittle, and when you start to string them up, sometimes that green can break, or it's not green at that point, it's going to be turned brown probably, and it can break, and because it's brittle. But we're going to try our best to string them up by the stalks, the greens. All right, let's put them on the drying rack. Well, I got them on my drying rack, and I did bring another rabbit cage up here. And it filled up both of them. And I said in the beginning I would have 75, 80 onions, and that's pretty much what I got, looks like. So let me, just in case you think I'm fudging you a little bit on the size of them, let me get a tape measure and show you a couple of these. So that one's right at 4 inches. That one's 4 inches. I don't know how big I said that's big a softball. I don't remember how big a softball is, but that little oblong, we'll measure the long end, 4 inches. 3 3/4 that way. Anyway, let's just so you'd know, I wasn't kind of fudging, telling you I had big onions when I didn't. Not all of them are that big. I probably got a dozen of them that big, and probably 3 dozen baseball sized, and the rest of them are a little smaller, golf ball. I got a few golf ball and between golf ball and baseball. So pretty good size onions. I mean, so let me put the fan on them, show you my drying process, and then we'll be done with it. So here they are. Put them up on this little Keter workbench. I really like. I need to show you that someday. I'll turn it on probably medium, and it seems to some of the greens on the very back side are fluttering a little bit, so it's hitting everything. These are, I bet you, pretty wet on the inside because we have had so much dadgum rain. All right, let me turn this on. I think I'll hit a little medium there. Anyway, as you can see, the leaves are fluttering, the greens, and that's what we want. We want them dry. We want to make sure we get air running over them, and of course they're going to be dry in the barn and warm in the barn because it's about 86 today or 90, and going to be that for another 2-3 days. But it is definitely humid, so this the fan should help with that. Should dry them out. That's what it's all about. Get them dry, get them hung up, strung up, and I guess that's about it. About time to dig taters. I've already dug a few, so we got a tater digging video coming up pretty dang soon. All right, right now this is pulling onions and drying them, and it's they're gonna be good. It's good onions. They're sweet. Got a few of them. Every now and then I'll bite into one. Maybe got a little bit of heat to it, but not much. But good, sweet onions. I like it. These are the yellow Granex, 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 developed, I believe, at Texas A&M. I'm not sure. And I think it's the same onion they plant in Vidalia, but that I'm not positive about. But the place around here that grows the most onions is called Noonday. And about a week or so from now, they're going to have what's called the Noonday Onion Festival, and you will be able to see onions of every size and sweetness. They've got contests for size, they got contests for sweet, they got contests for probably most uniform. I don't know. It's a big thing up in Noonday with a population of about, I don't know, 150, 200. But people come from miles and miles around to get them some Noonday onions. It's a big deal. About as big as Vidalia. I know, we're better than Vidalia. Everybody knows that. All you Georgians know that. You won't admit it, but Noonday onions are better than Vidalia onions. All right, that's it. We're drying them, and I'll dry them for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And I'll look at the stalks. I'll look at the greens on them and just see how well the greens are drying. And but I want to keep that green on there if I can. I think it makes them last longer. I've been told by the Noonday onion growers, big guys, that it makes them last longer. So try to keep the greens on it, and sometimes they'll fall off once they get dry, but give it a shot. Dry your onions. It's time, probably. Maybe not where you live, but it is here. All right, we are gone.